This first is basically the first piece that I remember writing, and it's called Waiting. And I'm not going to improvise that much on the music. I'm just going to play some pieces I wrote. So this is called Waiting. So that's the first little piece that I remember writing. I don't think I ever played it unless I played it with Art. Art might know that piece. Art Lillard, he's my oldest musical compatriot.
You want to say something?
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Should I
No,
play?
he never heard that one. Okay, so now I'm gonna do.
Art said he did hear it.
He did hear it. Oh, see that? I knew that Art heard it. Oh, somebody has a happy birthday card for me. Thank you. So now I'm going to do a piece that I also wrote around the same time, and it's called Ring Around the Rosie. So that's the part where you sing, ring around the It's kind of a cute little number. Oh, Carrie Holiday's there. Harvey's there. Oh my God. Harvey, how are you? Many moons have passed since I've talked to Harvey. Harvey is one of the most important musicians in my life.
Harvey!
How you guys doing? I can only stay for a minute, but wanted to say hi and happy birthday there, Mikey.
Thank you. How are your children?
Everybody's great. Everybody's doing great. Yeah,
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. It's crazy times, Harvey.
I'm telling you, man.
I had a long talk with Herbie yesterday, and we just start laughing at a certain point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it, and then I'll tell you what the words are. But it's called So Much Love. So this is my first love song. So these are the words. So much love I would give to you if you would take my hand now, if you would understand now. So much love I would give to you if you would be my friend now. Stay with me to the end now. And then it goes, so much love. And then it repeats, look at me and you'll know for sure that I just care about you, could never live without you. Look at me and you'll know just why I will stay forever, loving you like this treasure of love. So that's the romantic in me. Never left. No matter how avant-garde I got, the romantic never left. Let's see, we have some chatters. Oh, Pam, hi Pam. Lily's there. Jeff Rahab, wow, Jeff Rahab, another great composer, friend of mine. We actually had a big band in Brooklyn for 4 years called the Brooklyn Jazz Composers Orchestra. Jeff's a great composer. Lily's a great composer. We traveled all around the world. Oh, Melanie's there from Colorado. Trader. You left in Asheville for Colorado. That's okay. We still love you. Here's a song that I never played, I don't think, for anybody. So I'm gonna play it now on my birthday. It's very old, from 1977. That's something I always like. Here's a song that
I wanted to applaud. Thank you.
you can always applaud. Don't worry. We like it. You know, us musicians like applause, especially during the drum solo.
Yay.
That's very important. This is a piece that I wrote that Art was probably there when I wrote it. It's called Alicia. I think I wrote it in either New Hampshire or in Boston. That was named for this little baby, I think, that we met in New Hampshire, Art. Alicia. I never heard that name before or since. Now I'm gonna start into my New York phase, and this was written when I was hunting for an apartment. This is called The Hunt. This is the apartment hunt when I was kicked out of my apartment in Carroll Gardens. Actually, we were bought out. The landlord tried to kick us out, but I organized all the tenants and found out that we were rent stabilized, but not rent controlled. I think Jeff Rahab has rent control, right? Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. Well, you're one of the few like one, but I had rent stabilization, so they had to pay me money, so they had to pay everybody at the time, which was 1981. They had to pay everybody $10,000 to leave the apartment, where my rent was $116 a month in 1981 in New York, and so we found another place, and but it was very difficult. I took that money, by the way, and I bought my first grand piano, which eventually I gave to my ex-girlfriend, Julie, and I have the other one. That's too much information. So this is called The Hunt. now we're gonna play, me and my Steinway, we're gonna play a piece I wrote. When I was in New York, I substitute taught for 1 year, 1982. And it was one of the most horriblest experiences in my life that you could imagine. Primarily because I didn't know what I was doing. So my first experience in substitute teaching was a kindergarten class. So I walked into the kindergarten class and all the kids were running around full speed. As please mute yourself. So they were running around full speed and I had no idea how to stop them. So somebody knocked on the door and I opened up. It was the cleaning lady. And the cleaning lady said, do you need some help? I said, oh, please, I don't know what I'm doing. So she comes in and she goes, and the kids all sit down, just like that. So I said, wow, it's kind of far out that you could do that. So then she left, they got up, they started running around again. I had brought a melodica with me, which is like a portable piano kind of thing, you know. I stood up and I started playing the melodica and I started marching and they started marching behind me in the classroom. So I was like the Pied Piper and the kids are marching and oh my God, Tony Cobbs is showing a photo of my high school graduation. That's me when I graduated from high school. Tony, I'm gonna kill you. No, I appreciate it, man. That's really funny. So that's great. So as long as I played the melodica, the kids were great. But the minute I stopped, they ran around. So that was what I did for the first day. Anyway, when I got home from that day, and I don't drink, everybody probably knows that I don't drink. I bought a 6-pack and I drank the entire 6-pack because I was like, I couldn't handle it. It was too much, you know. And then I got a job finally substituting for the rest of the year at a junior high. At the end of the year, I wrote a song for them. It's called Graduation. So this is what I'm going to play. This is my song called Graduation. A lot of bands have played this song. It starts off like this. That was graduation. I was very happy when the class graduated. Sometime during my New York stay, I wrote this piece, which is called Nocturne, and I recorded it with Mark Feldman on the duo record that we made called Haiku. And it's kind of classical. I dedicate it to Frederick Chopin. in 1999. Seems like I wrote it in 1999. That's what's written down. But I think it was earlier than that because I left New York in 2001, 2002. This is called Raga, and I recorded Raga here in North Carolina with the great bassist Elliot Wadopian on our duo record. And this is about a raga. This is my feeling about a raga. If I could play a raga on a sitar, it might sound like this. Oh, it's kind of like that song.
Clapping.
Thank you. You're allowed to clap.
Okay.
You can clap, but you can't flap.
Oh, how do you flap?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's what. Oh, Judy's here. Hi, Judy. So now we're gonna do Me on My
Hi.
Steinway. Hi, Judy. Are you still in Arkansas?
Yes, I am.
Well, there you go. I remember Arkansas. This is a song that there have been some songs in my life that people really liked more than others, and this is one of them. It's called Icicles. The trio that I had in New York played it a lot, and I'm gonna play it now. It was recorded most recently on the Eastern Boundary Quartet CD, which is entitled Icicles. Elizabeth Child, wow, I'm honored to have the incredible pianist Elizabeth Child listening to my ramblings on the piano. So Icicles, it's just when I wrote it, I just felt like it was about icicles. So you tell me what you think. Thank you.
Yay!
Beautiful.
Pretty. That's a pretty one. People like that one. I thought that was gonna make me $1 million, but not yet. Not yet. That's okay. I'm not in it because I want to make a lot of money. Although I'm not opposed to money. In fact, not only am I not opposed to money, but I do have CDs. I've released 5 CDs in the past 2 years. This is the newest conference call CD. This is the newest conference call CD. That's the 10th conference call CD. This is a CD that I improvised with Phil Haynes on drums in 1993. We just released that. This is a duet concert I did with Don Alico, a wonderful saxophone player, 2 years ago. This is my oldest recording release so far. This is with my friend Art Lillard. We recorded this in the early 1980s. Did a bunch of our music. And then this is my 15-piece group that I recorded a few years ago from, so you can buy all these CDs. Just contact me, or you can go to Bandcamp. Okay, now we're back in New York, and I'm in my new apartment that I found when I was hunting. I lived there for 18 years. That's where Amy came and Zach came, all my students came. You remember the apartment, Amy, right? Yeah.
Sure do.
Yeah. So at some point during that period of time, the government decided it was going to have a lockout. I don't know if anybody remembers this. Was it in like the late 80s? Or, no, this is 95. I wrote it in 95, so it had to be 95. So they had a lockout, which means that nobody could work for the government. I thought that was pretty weird. So I wrote a song about it. I'm just going to play this. Is that Amanda? Oh my God, Amanda's here. Hello, Amanda. Another.
Hi, Kim Perlack, and I say hi.
How wonderful. I'm so glad you're
Hey,
here.
Amanda.
Hey, how are you?
Wonderful.
You guys can reminisce later, okay? You know what I'm
Okay.
Okay.
saying? No, I'm just kidding. So I'm going to play this. This is a very short a piece. Thank you, Melanie. Icicles gave her chills. That must be like that's Okay. So this is the Lockout. I think I recorded this once with somebody, but I just thought it would be interesting to play because it represents a period in time. That's the Lockout. And I guess it was in the early 80s. Yeah. So right after I moved to New York, I was going to go to the Vanguard to hear Bill Evans. I had heard him in Boston, but I wanted to hear him again, obviously. And I was going to go this one night, but I said, no, I'll go tomorrow. And the night that I was going to go was the night that he died. So I wasn't able to see him again. But I wrote a song in his honor. He had composed a piece. He had not composed, but he had recorded a piece called Some Other Time, which he had turned into Peace, Peace. And so I wrote this song and called it Any Other Time, dedicated to Bill Evans. Tell Bill Evans was a big influence
Beautiful.
on me.
Beautiful.
So here's another song I'm gonna read through. It's a long song, but it once again it was written in response to something that happened. So sometime, is there a date on this? I don't see a date, but sometimes when I was in New York, I was listening to National Public Radio, and I heard that Bill Cosby's son had been murdered on the street. In a highway. He had his car had broke down, and he had so he had stopped, and some people came along and they murdered him. So his name was Ennis Cosby, and so this is for Ennis. I wrote this for Ennis. That's where the solo would start. We're not gonna have any. We're not gonna have any. Thank you. We're not gonna have any solos. Let's see how much time do I have left. We'll do as much as we can. So, in 1991, I started traveling to Italy and playing there. And we would stay in the bass player's girlfriend's home. His girlfriend was Italian. He met her, and it's a great story because they met each other in Italy. He was over there. He's a bass player. He was over there, and they met and they spent all night talking, but he didn't speak Italian and she didn't speak English. So they really don't have any idea what they talked about. But they did spend all night talking, and they ended up getting married. And so we would go to Cremona. We would stay with her parents, and the band would stay there. And so this is a song I wrote April 4th, 1991, called Ballad di Cremona. I haven't played it in years, but I thought it would be a good story. another song. Well, that was in Italy, called "The River Po." There was a gypsy camp on the River Po. You ever hang out there, Amy, on the River Po?
No, I've never been there.
Well,
I
it's
want
a
to go
big-
now.
It's a big river in Italy, you know. That's what they said. So anyway, I'm not going to play that song, but we recorded that quite a few times. This is a song I'm going to play because it has another meaning, special meaning. I got a bunch of chats I want to say. Prolific as ever. Thank you, Jeff. Salem, Oregon. Wow. I was in Oregon. Texas. So, in 1999, I guess, or 2000, something like that. I don't remember. I had a girlfriend at the time, and she was Mexican. She's a wonderful woman, and she wanted to go to Rio de Janeiro for New Year's Eve. She neglected to tell me that there would be 1 million people on the beach. She said, "Oh, we'll go to Rio. We'll hang out on the beach." I said, "Okay, that sounds good." So we went to Rio. When we got to the beach, there was 1 million people, literally 1 million people. Okay, it was the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. But I did write a song, so this is the song I wrote for Rio. Let's see if I can play it. Thank you. Rio.
Raga.
The other thing about my experience in Rio was that I was there for a week. I only met one person who spoke English. The whole time, nobody speaks English, right? So she spoke Spanish, so she could speak with the Portuguese, but I couldn't talk with anybody except her. And finally, we were walking on the beach, and I walked into this like tourist store, and there was a guy there, and he spoke English. I was like, "Oh man, I love you. I'm just gonna hang out with you in your store." Amy Gordon, thank you for coming. So wonderful to see you. So I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna play this one. This may be the last one I get to play, but we'll have to do this again, and I'll play some more. But a great friend of mine, a great teacher of mine, a great musician, recently passed away. He was 84 years old. His name was Mark Whitecage. Mark taught me without using words. Mark taught me more about playing music from the heart than anybody I ever met. And I wrote this song for him a long time ago. I'm going to play it for you now. And I'm wishing Mark a great journey whoever he's playing with now. I'm sure that they're happy that he's there. Mark Whitecage.
That was beautiful.
That's for you, Mark. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out and sharing this 70th birthday with me.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Thank you, Zach. It's so wonderful that you guys could come.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Michael.
birthday.
Michael.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you very
Happy
much.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
everyone.
Good to see you
Happy
guys.
birthday,
Thank
Michael.
you, Michael.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Happy birthday.
All right, bye-bye.
You're the
Bye.
Thanks,
greatest.
everybody. Be safe.
Happy
Bye-bye,
birthday.
Michael.
Bye.
That's all you can do.
All you can do is left. Thanks for coming in, Harv.
Sure, man.